AAR electrical section 5 illumination, chapter 3 lighting of passenger carrying. Let a passenger carry the rolling stock. The basic purpose illumination system to provide sufficient amount of light in such a manner that a particular seeking task or group is such that the task both impossible, comfortable, and achieving the desired result. Many of the factors must be integrated. These factors are physical and psychological. It's very difficult to determine which was the greatest with the weight and overall elevation of evaluation of light. The illumination has progressed with the concept of pure utility as an evidence of the bare electric light bulb on a cord or a combination of elements combined to provide not only a utility but also a beauty, which is a wise architect designer consider as part of his design. All general requirements of good lighting is reducing the direct reflected glare, elimination of deep shadows, excessive brightness ratios will interfere with good vision applied to the railroad car. The lighting engineers and designer car board builders should join forces to create a interactive, comfortable, efficiency lighting system that is due to regard of the economic factors involved. A railway passenger has inherent certain fundamental limitations with which is the fact that the design and illumination method, the length and height and width of the car, the fix of the track gauge, the clearance inherent with. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. The length and height and width of the car, fixing the track gauge and clearance. The inherent physical characteristic of the car is the maximum utilization of space, air ducts, and continuity. Structural members or simulation limitations of power supply poses the deterrence of the path and lighter designer. Proper color and upholstery, walls, and ceiling is necessary to utilize any of the lighting system's greatest advantage. Relatively light colors with high reflection factors should be used. The wall colors finishes should have the reflection of 35 to 50%. Glossy finishes are to be avoided, and the ceilings should have a minimum reflection of 80%. The matte finish as the recommended is avoided so-called hot spots from reflection of light sources. Lighting is important for the passenger from the time of the board the train, beginning with the vestibules and platform, which may be designed so that the board can or detrain safely. While on the train, the seeing of the activity of the passenger range with the sleeping and doing, the casual reading interpreted by the conservation, glancing around, and as sensory to concentrated reading. In some cases, a particular bedroom and roomette, accommodations, serious report, study, and writing and evidence. The problem that resolves it's into the providing a light for one or more of the systems satisfactory to the varied activities of the passenger, and the designing of the light and consideration shall be given to the amount of light and the glare to direct reflected brightness patterns in the field of view. The amount of light varies as covered in the table is suggested in footed candles in most cases. Amount is suggested will compromise between the amount of light desired for the amount of practical provided because of the power and space limitations. Direct glare should also eliminate insofar as possible the proper shielding of the both filament and fluorescent sources. Reflected glare is caused by a light source of the brightness reflected with the shining materials such as magazine, book pages, mirrors, specular surfaces, locational lighting apparatus, particularly with the high brightness sources, should be in the reflected glare. Does not occur from the work, books, etc. The mirrors placed at the usual locations with respect to passenger eyes. Table 1 is suggested to maintain foot candle values for a coach, dining, sitting, pantry, lounge, tavern, snacks, sleeping accommodation, passage, vestibules. See Chapter 6 for details, measurement procedures. The subject of brightness and the patterns that provided with the visual comfort, the visual effectiveness, the primary importance of lighting designer in any other fields of application, information developing, study, analysis, installation, basic research continue. Present to consider with the most satisfactory, comfortable lighting, the result of the attained with the period of close of the visual activity of the following brightness relationship with the field of the view of the guide of the lighting pan. The task of brightness is considered the basis of the recommended brightness within the surrounding and our lighting the brightness in the area immediately surrounded with a task of 60-degree cone with the axis coincide with the line of sight of the figure 1 and 2 with all the noticeable greater than the task of the brightness and less than 1/10 of the task brightness contributed to be discomfort and are in generally distraction. A task of brightness increases the duration of the task length at a low ratio between the becomes desired. The brightness in general surrounding the outside of 60-degree cone referred to above them should not materially exceed 10 times the task that of the task. Be appreciable less than 1/10 of it. The bright house ratio should be obtained with the proper shielding of the light sources, the use of lighting ceilings, side walls, and windows and frames and upholsteries. In addition to providing better sleeping conditions, the factors will make the car cheerful and pleasant place to travel. Brightness ratio zone 3, general surroundings, zone 2, immediate surroundings, zone 1, the task. Figure 2 shows the drawing showing an approximate limit of the visual field and relatively side 3 zones of the head and is being forwarded with the eyes and fixated with a small task as the eyes and the head move in the glades and shift from zone to zone. Part 2, the mainline coach lighting. Mainline coach provided with the kind of the service that any other passenger carrying vehicle that may be 20 hours per day that combine all the various functions of specialized cars in addition with the date and the time of the passengers who wish to view the scenery, read or relax in comfort, almost provided with the service during the evening and the night hours with the utility of the comfort depending on the large measure of the design and lighting system. In early evening hours, the passenger wishes to walk and read and eat and just relax later, while the majority would wish to sleep. They become some of what would like to continue reading and lighting as the operating procedure should be provided with, as well as the movement through the car and both passenger crew when setting up the more night operation. The specific light requirements vary throughout the coach and are discussed using different areas. One coach setting seeing requirements normal reading and other seeing tasks night occupancy safe and no distraction brightness. Normally is provided with a fixture located with the ceiling adjacent with in or the bag rack. The suggested area average illumination valve with the reading should be like 20-foot candles, all lights on, measured 45-foot plane with 33 inches above the floor at the center from the front of the edge of the seat. See Chapter 6 for the evaluation measurement. The line system should also provide general illumination over the ceiling and throughout the coach area in order to attract the comfortable atmosphere. For general requirements, the good lighting, see the Chapter 3 for the Part 1, the night occupancy level and illumination necessary for the safe movement through the car for the comfort of the sleeping passenger. This may be accomplished by the night lights and the fixture located in seat pedestals, including the over fixture. 2. Lounge washroom section seeing requirements, shaving, makeup, reading, lounging, light requirements provided with the general illumination mirror lighting in the fixture from the ceiling of the side wall within combination of the suggested area average illumination value with the 15 candles per measured on a horizontal plane and 30 inches above the top floor of the front edge of the seat. For use of minor and suggested illumination value with 30-foot candles on the face measured with the vertical plane in the distance. Of 16 inches for the plane of the mirror. This is to be achieved with a supplementary mirror fixture and the careful planning with the overall lighting. Toilet section, a toilette section, lighting of the fixture generally located with the ceiling should be provided with the toilet section. Passenger seat requirement, safety, general illumination fixtures in the ceiling and the side wall to provide uniformity lighting throughout the length of the passageway. The suggested average illumination is 5-foot candles measured for the floor along with the center of the passageway vestibule platform seeing requirements. A general lighting system, the safety of loading and unloading both the track and vestibule levels is generally provided with the fixture over the trap door illumination vestibule step area. Supplementary lighting, when desirable, may be provided with the step light located in the step well, and to increase the illumination level over the steps, and loading with the light located adjacent to the time beams to give an increased illumination in front of the steps. In the case of coaches of the vestibule, at only one end of the fixture should be located on the side of the body and door of the non-vestibule of the car. The suggested illumination value of 5-foot candles and platform directly beneath the fixture. Part 3, Suburban Short-Haul Coach Lighting. Suburban short-haul coach lighting requiring lighting of the apparatus. Proper utilization do not come with the convenience of the mainline coach. The lighting tasks are provided with the adequate general illumination reading of the train services. The suggested average of the light level is 20-foot candles reading the plane at the C Chapter 6 with details level if the illumination will prompt the safety and the speed ticket or fare collection. Vestibule entrance should be illuminated to meet the requirement of rapid loading and unloading average of 5-foot candles at the floor of the entrance of the way, and the suggested supplementary lighting of the bag fixtures is not required for the general illumination meets the requirements conformed with the Chapter 3, Part 1. Toilet washrooms can be adequately lighted. Ceiling fixtures provided with the general information and mirror lighting is not considered necessary in this type of service. Part 4, dining area. The functional lighting system of the dining area enhances appeal with the interior direction, the table setting of the food, and assist with the creating of the comfortable, pleasant atmosphere for the diners. Quality and color light of the under these circumstances is more important than the quantity, which should have however, the inadequate safety and convenience. The system level is 15-foot candles measured but described in Chapter 6. Basically, modern diners adequately illuminated means two the continuous rows of luminaires, one on each side of the car, dictated with the interior design. The rows then recessed with the ceiling with the diffusion of the medium but below the lamps mounted in the cover over on each side of the car. The coves may be modified to obtain some of the direction down light addition within that. The ceilings of the small incandescent lights proceed recessed in the cove may be added over the coach. Added over each of the table. When indirect lighting is used, some of the additional lighting is extent of the table is necessary. If not provided with the direct, given the down lighting that may be obtained with the incandescent table lamps on the wall side of each of the table. The selection of the system should be governed over the overall director decor in the car with effects the desired direct down lighting tables result in the sparkle of the silverware and glassware as continue to be obtained with the diffused illumination important with the aid of the stimulation. I appeal the proper characteristics of the lighting surface and importance for the source and fluorescent. The presently designed deluxe warm light lamps provide overall rendition with the complementary appearance for the people, food, interior, and furniture. You can see Chapter 5 for the Part 3 selection of fluorescent lights given the consideration of the good lighting, Chapter 3, Part 1. Part 5, kitchen and pantry, buffet, and service area lighting. High level of the quality and illumination required for these areas. Most efficiency operational personnel. Got good illumination ensured with a good appearance with the food and proper inspection. In its proper inspection, this is just the area of average level. The illumination is 10-foot candles. Quality of lighting is important, especially with regard to the color. See Chapter 5 of the Part 3, the selection of fluorescent lamps. In addition with general lighting, usually supplied and ceilings mounted with the fixture supply. Supplementary lighting should be provided with the overall work area. The service window between the kitchen and the pantry should be well lighted and facilitated the food inspection. Refrigeration cabinet should have at least one incandescent bulb with a per compartment operated with automatic door switches. See Chapter 5 for evaluation, measures, and tests. Alright, Part 6, sleeping car lighting. The lighting of the passenger space of the sleeping car should be conformed to the general principle for the good lighting covered in Chapter 3, Part 1. It should be lend to the comfortable, convenience, and beauty and accommodations that any of the good lighting installation and the ability to perform the visual task in primary consideration. Any of the sleeping and accommodations following the visual task. Lounging car, playing, read, writing, typing, working at work or business form, the shaving and applying, the cosmetics, hairdressing. Any of the above functions exemptions, the number 2 that could be taking place in a prolonged period of time. The lighting system should be based on the possibility of the arrangement of the bunks, provisions in the upper bunk storage in the daytime, several time limits of the ceiling area available in luminaire structural members, air ducts, and the conduit runs, almost eliminating effect of the usable ceilings. In general, the location maximum size of the fixture and the ceiling is fixed with the condition outlined above. The general illumination should be much of the requirements of lounging in the car, playing, and to provide with sufficient component with illumination upper walls and ceilings. Illumination unpleasant contrast. The suggested illumination level is 20-foot candles measured by the prescribed Chapter 6. Supplementary lighting source may be required with the furnished to the higher level illumination required to prolong the reading and typing of proceeding business forms. Bed lamps are furnished as they place to provide with the suitable source of the reading in the bed. However, here again, the case of the ceiling of the fixtures, freedom of the design, optimal use for the materials limited in the physical characteristics of the application. Bed lamps should be also designed to provide a concentrated beam of light with the reading task and a component with great illumination to relieve excessive contrast. Part 7, lounge and observation car lighting. Modern lounge observation cars used with the furnished extra convenience and comfort of the railroad passenger because of the different type of the services provided with the lighting needs are many and varied. But the problems involved with the lighting of that are these combinations that encounter with the lighting of the various of the other types of cars previously enumerated. Each of the areas listed in the lighting task are not common to the other areas should be treated with separately distinction. In the lounge of the parlor car section, the lighting of the task consistently mostly seekly requirements for reading and lounging to suggest for light and level 20-foot candles measured with 45 inches 45-degree plane of 383 inches above the floor of the edge of the chair. They must be accomplished in coach lighting methods of the two row of luminaires on each side of the car ceiling on the row of luminaires entered with the car ceiling. Additional rows of lighting on each side of the car over the windows and the dead eye. An observation type of the car luminaires preferably extended to the meeting of the rear of the car, conforming with the curvature. Special lighting may be added to table lamps and my rear brake illumination to add lighting and interest in all suitable dimming and lighting light fixtures. Recreational area of the bar illuminated with the ceiling luminaires above the mirrors of the both limit should be located under the bar to illumination back of the bar work area. The tables for the card playing of the cocktails, lights, and lunches should be employed with the diner illumination. Chapter 3 and Part 4 with the procedural luminaires mounted with the ceiling recessed with the side of the car over each of the table. The walls mounted on the wall side of the table over the exact method of which used depending on location or arrangement of the table. For illumination speed accommodations of the long observation cars reference should be made with the Chapter 3, Part 6 for illumination kitchen party service areas, lounge, observation seat, Chapter 3, Part 5. Vestibule lighting should be mains of the fixture located over each of the trap door with the same vestibule in coaches, dining cars, and sleeping cars, reference Chapter 3, Part 2. And all fluorescent lighting is used with the color characteristics should be taken into consideration to provide complementary color rendition to the appearance of the people, the food furnished in the Chapter 5, Part 3, selection fluorescent lamps, Part 3, 1, general consideration of good lighting. Chapter 4, factors affecting efficiency and efficient lighting. I don't know what's up with this. It doesn't want to pop up.